Hello, and welcome back. I'm Jay Nova, the Strange Canadian, and I'll be your host and your reviewer. And I'll be talking about Dragon Ball, Revenge of King Piccolo on the Wii console. And yeah, let's get into this. If you know me, I'm a big Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and GT fan, unabashedly. It's just, on the video game side, we've had our bunches of hits and misses and just pure gems. But it comes to my attention that this is up there as one of the worst Dragon Ball games I have ever played. Once I go as far as to Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku, that had some charms to it, had some fetch quests, but I felt more satisfied doing the odd little fetch quest of grabbing the little boy's toy boat out of the middle of the pond, opposed to mindlessly bashing a bunch of furry enemies in Dragon Ball Revenge King Piccolo. In this game, it is just a poor man's version of Advanced Adventure, and Advanced Adventure was a masterpiece in my eyes. You had unkeen sense, you had tons of abilities you could have done in Advanced Adventure, opposed to the lackluster of just generic, unpolished moves they have in Revenge King Piccolo. Yes, it may be in 3D, but does it stack up to the 2D version? I say no. There's just so much lacking. Yes, it has cutscenes, but they're okay. They're not blown away, they're not beautiful, they're not as crisp as the original Budokai all the way back in '03. Hell, I had the GameCube version. Sadly enough, I sold my 1 and 2, but I'm hunting down those games as I go along for the PlayStation 2, because there are 9, count 'em, 9 Dragon Ball Z games on the PlayStation, and I'm going to collect them all. My little mission, side mission, as a gamer and a Dragon Ball Z fan. But this just spit in the face of the Dragon Ball and fandom community is this. Not saying it goes anywhere near the insult that is Evolution, but if I'm speaking in a fair manner, I've recorded this about 5 times and it still hasn't take. Stupid piece of shit Windows Movie Maker. Anyway, if you're a true Dragon Ball Z fan, Dragon Ball fan, I know that kind of has a elitist type of sting to it, but hey, I got a lot of self-ego. Unforgivingly. But hear out. Do not get this game. It is horrible. Mediavision has no idea what they're doing. All they've done is wild art and RPG games, and I have no idea what the fuck that franchise is. Probably some, I don't know, lowly girl shooting some people with guns in a Western RPG setting. More so that I don't care. It's quite a shame that Bandai's done this. They haven't really gotten that much good of a game series from the Digimon world to the Gundam games that are not that great. The controls in the game is quite stiff. Goku has one animation while running. He doesn't have a walking animation or a running, like a super run animation when you double tap dash. He doesn't have that. Just one animation. His jumping is stiff and awkward. You have to homing attack on certain items pressing the Y button. Remember, I used the GameCube controller opposed to the Wii nunchuck because I found that a little too awkward. They had no wiggle control. I guess that's okay, but sorry, yawning. Got to take a sip of coffee, but is it good looking? Kind of. Is the lip syncing off? Definitely. Even after, say, a person has said something, like a good whole sentence, his lips have already stopped, or they keep on moving after he said one line of dialogue for a good 2 seconds afterwards. I found that quite off-putting and just lazy. The 2-player mode is alright, but the only upside this, you actually, for the first time in a 3D game, get to play as Kid Krillin and Teen Yancha and Evil Tien if you so, and Chaozu. You unlock more characters, but I haven't because you have to collect every collectible in a level and also get an S rank. In this fucking clusterfucky game, I'm not doing that. Fuck this game. It is just horrible and horrendous and unforgiving at some points, and just overall broken and ill-conceived. Just get Advanced Adventure, get on your... It's playable for a DS, or get a Game Boy player and put it on your GameCube and play it from there on your big screen. You'll get a lot more tons of replayability, such as beating the game, getting to play as Kid Krillin, and he has a lot of great moves, and it's a whole new experience playing again as Kid Krillin. Overall, skip it, avoid it like the plague. Avoid it as much so as the Dragon Ball Evolution PSP game. Not more so, but you know what I mean. It's up there. It sucks.